Hello and good morning. God bless you, comic book community, and welcome again to P.P.C. Porch Puppy Comics, where you know what to do. Thank you. I'm KJ with you this morning, and thank the Lord for just being here. It's another day that the Lord has blessed us to see, and it's nothing that we take for granted. You all always remember that. Nothing that we take for granted. I was thinking before I go into this, I was thinking there used to be a commercial a while ago. I think they still might use the vernacular with it. But I think it was by Folgers Coffee. It used to talk about the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. And as I was going through reading my word this morning, and we was on the prayer and Bible study and different things, and I was thinking, the best part of waking up is Jesus in your heart, in your soul, in your mind. That's the best part of waking up because, comic book community, if it wasn't for him being able to bless us to where there's breath in our body, we wake up in our right mind. If it wasn't for him, we would not be here. So we yet thank the Lord. So as you go throughout your day, remember the best part of waking up is Jesus in your heart. And I thank the Lord again today. And I'm inviting you. This is, again, episode 40. Episode 40. I wasn't going to do a new to me comic book day Wednesday because, like I said, we'll probably be changing up different things on the channel here and there. I was trying to stay with it, with getting in, as I got in books and different things. But as I told you when I done the video yesterday, that we just changing up. Some of the names will be changed and different things because a lot of the books that I'm picking up now, I used to go about just picking up books strictly for trading and for my own PC, but now I'm just, if I'm finding things, I'll pick them up. If I get a good deal and it's a bulk deal, well, it is what it is. But anyway, this is new to me comic book day. So these books are still books I had picked up. These are still some, like I said, I'm still going through, cycling through books that I traded from Brother Rob from Book and Music Exchange. That's Owensboro, Kentucky, you all. You ever get down that way. I thank the Lord, too, for my brother, T. Ravis. He come and text me and commented on Thunderbolt, the book I showed on yesterday, and was giving me the breakdown on who Thunderbolt was. And, I said it might be something I want to keep into because it's a pulp character type. And that's what I'm looking at now. I showed you the Avengers that I had the Avenger that I had in my regular PC in the pickle barrel. The Shadow, I want to get a run of him, not the Chaikin run. That was a good run as well, but I want to go and get the 70s run of the Shadow eventually. And then there's my favorite all time is Doc Savage. I want to make sure I get him. There's a gold key one shot I'm gonna try to find. Those are hard to find in real good shape. Most of those gold key books were, whether they kitty books, or otherwise. But everything in due time. I mean, that's the point of collecting. That's the hunt, the fun of the hunt. And what I have here before you, I was taking care of some honeydew lists. Y'all that are married, y'all know how that is. I was taking care of some honeydew lists for my little woman. And as I was out, I happened to run across this book. Now, I know a lot of people didn't really give a hoot and a holler about the Black Adam with Dwayne Johnson. I myself liked it because it was more of a battle issue, a battle movie. And I dug it. I liked it. I even liked the Henry Cavill meet up face to face at the end of the movie, which I was really jazzed, looking forward to seeing that one. But we'll probably never see it unless they put it in comic book form. But it is what it is. But I picked this book up. It's a jumbo coloring and activity book. And when I saw it, I said, wow, that's pretty cool. But I picked it up, and you can't beat it. Those of you from wherever you may be watching this at, if you have a Dollar Tree, we do down in this area, down in this region, which we call it $1.25 tree because I think they went up a quarter on everything last year. But they've got sections where they've got coloring books, children's books, different things. And I just happened to see this and it caught my eye. So I just went on and picked it up. Hey, it's still in the Porch puppy realm, $1.25. But this particular book, you all, of course, it's got a picture of Dwayne Johnson, and then the Justice Society in the background. And, I got to thinking to myself, I said, this is a smooth coloring book. I mean, it looked like it could be a graphic novel for, something. But you know what then? When I got in there, comic community, can I show you a little something right quick? Let me show you something. I'm going to see if I can find it here. When I ran through the book and I got to looking at it, I thought to myself, how in the world are the children going to color this? Check this out. I mean, the line work and the shadows on this picture, I mean, it's something right out of a comic book. I mean, it leaves nothing really for you to color. If you really look at it, maybe the lightning bolt on his chest, a few little accents that's yellow or, supposed to be gold colored. Of course, they have all this in here where you can go through that. But wait a minute, you all. There is a battle scene. There's a picture of Hawkman. Let me show you that one. I want you to look at this line work, you all. Some regular comic books don't have line work like that. And this is a coloring book. Come on. Here we go. Check that out. Now, is that not nice? Y'all hit me up in the comments and let me know what you think. That's nice. Let me show you one more. And as I say all the time, like, share, subscribe. Pictures of Cyclone in here. Pictures of Dr. Fate, Adam Smasher. Here's a good picture of Dr. Fate, you all. Check that out. And wait a minute. There's one more battle scene in here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it real quickly. I don't want to hold you too long. If I don't find it, you all, let me just show you this one. This is all of the Justice Society members. Cyclone, Hawkman, Dr. Fate, and Adam Smasher from the movie. I mean to tell you, comic book community, if you got one, go pick it up. I mean, it's nice. It's a nice book. I'll probably get a magazine size bag, put a bag and board on it, put it in the collection. Hey, you never can tell. But you come here for the books, so let's show you on the new to me. You ready? Here we go. Yes, Warrior, #1. What can you say? Look, 90s fur, this was all the rage back in the day. If you was into wrestling from the, well, we went back a little bit, but from the 80s on up to the 90s, Ultimate Warrior, when he come on the scene, yeah, it was a show. It was ready, but they ended up giving him his own book. I think he wrote it. He either wrote it, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, it's a trippy little book, but it happened to be in that stack of books I told you that when I was going to do some trading with Brother Rob, and my brother Mikey had to go pick up his stuff from the comic book shop, his folder, and I was just looking around, and they had the 10 packs. Well, these was in the 10 packs, and as I told you, the 10 packs, you would think that the books would be damaged. But if you can look at the spine on them, there is no spine ticks. The corners are sharp. Even with this Captain Victory, which somewhere down the road, I will pick up a run of these because I had a run of those, whatever iteration of a comic collection I had years ago. And again, it's a Jack Kirby book. You can tell by the cover, it's Jack Kirby. And Captain Victory was just one of them characters. It was just something new, something different. These were in the bag as well. I'll get a run of those. Silver Star, they tried to come back out with them through P.C. Comics. This is uh, Jack Kirby as well. This is issue 2 on both of them, and these books are in nice shape. And I guess, like I said, I'm going strictly look like nostalgia now, picking up stuff maybe that I had or maybe wanted to get to read, so we can, just something different. I mean, sometimes just like my brother Mikey said, sometimes you get tired of the capes and, because it just seemed like they running out of ideals on what to do for them. And then, I'm all for upgrading, but when you upgrade, then things will start changing, So I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But anyway, Silver Star. And I figured that would be another collection I'll try to pick up. And as I can tell you, like I said, in these 10 packs, I may have to go back and revisit those 10 packs again and see, because like I said, these are books that really nobody give a hoot and a holler about. It used to be Devil Dinosaur back in the 70s. And that's what got me thinking about it. Devil Dinosaur back in the 70s didn't used to register with me. Your Devil Dinosaur and Moon Boy. Now you got Devil Dinosaur and Moon Girl. Of course, she's a super genius and everything from the way I understand it. But it was just, the dinosaur aspect of it. And if I'm not mistaken, I think there was a crossover back in the 70s with Marvel's version of Godzilla, where he ended up in the time where Devil Dinosaur and Moon Boy was located. But anyway, Silver Star, you all. Let's move on. Now, I picked these up because I know my brother Skimmy, him and his wife collect different stuff like this. And this is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventure special. And it's fall of 92. And again, it's a 64-page special. Never seen it. And it's a newsstand. And here's a book I would have never, ever thought about picking up. But like I said, I know that when it comes to trading, that different stuff like this is what I know that Brother Skimmy and his wife collects. Troll Patrol. Yeah, by Harvey Comics. No. Not my cup of tea. But again, it is a newsstand. And so I've already shot the pictures to Brother Skimmy. And I think we got a trade in the works. So we working on those. The next 2 books coming up. Thor. Michael Turner cover. I always liked Michael Turner's art. I always liked the way he drew the superheroes. Something about the way he done his line work and everything. It was smooth. It's still smooth to this day. And we also have Miss Marvel. I've been looking for this particular cover. I love this particular run of Miss Marvel because it's the Miss Marvel when she started her book back in the 70s. She'd done a costume change, I think, around issue 20. And it ran 21, 22, 23 with 24. Let me see, did I do that right? 21, 22, 23. Yeah, now I think issue 24, if I'm not mistaken, was done in a big, thick Marvel book where she's going up against Sabretooth. But a lot of people say, well, the only reason, that you like this particular book is because of the costume that she's wearing. It looks like a bathing suit or something like that. No, it's just that, and of course, this is done by Cho. He's another fabulous artist. He draws the women, they not anorexic, but they not overly endowed, and I like the way he draws. And this has always been a real good, Miss Marvel. And yes, I do like her in this costume. It is what it is. It's just like if you take and Scarlet Witch has been like she was dressed all this time. They might have heightened it up a little bit, turned things up a little bit, here and there. But then you're going to go up there and put her in a pair of army fatigues with a little, doodad on her head, whatever it is, and just, no. when you're drawing characters like this, it's just like when you do Wonder Woman. They put Wonder Woman in a, pretty much a pair of spandex and a top that's, what is it, Star Spangled, then gave her a leather jacket. The costume was pretty cool because yet and still, you knew she was yet Wonder Woman, but there was still a femininity about her. I guess is what I'm saying. But anyway, this particular Miss Marvel I've been looking for, and guess what, y'all? As you can see, it might be just a tad bit of a color rub right there. But I'm going to try to find another one because I always like to keep two of these in my collection. Same way with Thor. If I find another Thor, Michael Turner like this, I'll keep another one in my collection. Why? Because I'm weird, you all. That's the way I do. Study. Let's check this out. Check this out. This next on the docket is this ASM storyline, life theft, dealing with the Vulture. And some mechanism or some machine he had where he can pull the very life essence out of the person. And this is done, I think it's Bagby art. I think it's Bagley. And I like his Spider-Man art too. He just, to me, when you draw Spider-Man, he ought to be real articulate. He ought to be able to move like a spider, shouldn't just be just so stiff, But I always liked the Vulture too. For some odd reason, I guess it took place back in the 60s with the Spider-Man cartoon. And even in the comic books, he wore a skull cap at that time that matched his costume. And I thought that was cool. But I've always liked the Vulture. There's a lot of Spider-Man's rogue gallery that I feel like they ought to give a lot more play. But I guess you got to go with where the money is. So if it's dealing with Venom or some iteration of a symbiote, then I guess that's what they, you going for the money grab. But for me, pound for pound for the story, I heard people doing a lot of talking about Kingpin now, and I remember when Spider-Man fought Kingpin, and Kingpin had on the cover, we've seen, I think it's 197, might be 196, 197, where he's fighting Kingpin, or it might be earlier than that. And Kingpin literally lifting up a pool table, getting ready to smash him with it. Because, see, there was something going around at one time or another where they wasn't for sure if Kingpin might have been some kind of a mutant. Because, I know Daredevil went up against him. There's been several, street level heavy hitters that went up against him. But like I told you once before, y'all, as y'all are yet looking at this ASM, and this is the third part of it here, you all, while I'm yet running my mouth. That's the third part of it. It's got a chromium border around it, plus it's a double-sized issue. And it's supposed to be Peter Parker's parents there that he's holding. And, these particular books in particular, like I said, I'm not a completist anymore. I'll pick up books for whatever the storyline or, if it's got great art in it, and I'll pick it up. But I can't do the completist thing anymore. I just can't. So it is what it is. But going back to what I was saying, they had with Kingpin, and they was doing all this with him. And, I thought about when Doc Ock had took Peter's body and he became the superior Spider-Man. And I might have told you this once before, but in that book, if you ever get the book and read it, even if you find it in trade, when he said he got to fighting the Sinister Six, and I don't know if it was Beetle or somebody in there that he hit him, and he went flying, flew into a building or something. I think it just pretty much done some serious damage to him. And one of the other villains hollered out, you about killed him. You've never done anything like that before. What's got into you? And that's when he got to thinking. And then that's when he realized that all these years he fought Peter Parker, he was pulling his punches. Because, if this man's got the strength of a spider and he's, several hundred thousand times bigger than a spider, and then he ought to have, double the strength, well, not double, but you know what I'm saying, comic book community. It's something to think about. But, so, I mean, going like he beat Kingpin within an inch of his life after he missed Mary Jane and shot Aunt May in Back in Black. That was another great storyline. I told another brother of mine at the church about it because we all draw different things, made up our own characters. And I was telling him about that storyline. So we went on the hunt trying to find him that storyline. But Back in Black is a great storyline during that same Civil War vein, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, indeed, comic book community. You cannot beat it. Spider-Man, pound for pound, is a character that I'm telling you, you just never get too tired of Spider-Man, but I just don't, I wish they just don't oversaturate him, because he's a good character. And I know a lot of people saying, well, you got to make the money, and I understand. Hey, but check it out, you all. Good news of the day. Colossians chapter 3, and we're going to start at the 12th verse, and we're going to go to the 14th, and it reads, "Put on, therefore, as the elect's sake of God, holy and beloved bowels of mercies." Catch it? "Kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long suffering." 13th verse. "Forbearing one another and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye." Let me read that again. "Forbearing one another and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye." 14th verse. "And above all these things, put on charity." Charity, we all know, is love, which is the bond of perfectiveness. Look, a lot of people, when they hear that word perfect or perfectiveness, understand that we know that Jesus Christ, he is perfect. He was perfect. He is perfect. But understand, when it's dealing with us as men and women of the Most High God, and they talking about can't nobody be perfect. Perfect is, according to God's word, maturing in him, maturing in his word. We want to mature. We want to grow in Jesus Christ so we can let this dying world know who he is and who we are. That is your word for today. Colossians chapter 3, verses 12 through 14. Read the whole chapter, you all. It will do you some good. And let us move on with the books. Let me move Spider-Man out of the way. Give you another look-see at Silver Star, eh? Of course. Silver Star. Yes, sir, indeed. Yes, sir, indeed. Let us move on. Okay. Our next books that we have up. These still are from Brother Rob, you all. X-Men, issue 5. It's the second second appearance of Omega Red. I like Omega Red as a character. I like this cover. It's Jim Lee at his best, you all. Action cover right here. You can look at the intensity on their faces, you all. It's real nice. And then we have here Marvel Comics 1000. I saw in the catalog, look like they're going to do another Marvel Comics 1000. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, I got this one because it's got the monsters, the Legion of Monsters on the cover with Doctor Strange in the back. You have Morbius, Man-Thing, Werewolf by Night, Blade the Vampire Hunter, Ghost Rider, and Howard the Duck. He's even holding a samurai sword, y'all. But anyway, I always like this particular cover. So I said, I'll go ahead and pick it up again because I think I had traded off both of mine. And great book. These are great books. Brother Rob also had these, in the box. And I said, oh, Brother Rob, I had to pick these up, brother. These will be the last 2 books on the docket for today. Check those out. Punisher War Journal number 1 and 2. Always like this run. Probably try to go up to maybe issue 10 on this one. Like to go back and get the Punisher War Journal, not the War Journal, but the original Punisher. This is the War Journal. I'm sorry. From the miniseries, 5-issue. I think it's 5-issue miniseries. Yeah, I'd like to get that Mike Zeck at its best. These first issue is a newsstand, you all, and thank the Lord for it. And that He had them in His box. I know, books, they get hot and then they cool off. They get hot, then they cool off, and they just keep going and going and going. But yet and still, we're gonna keep moving and keep picking up great stuff. And I teased you all the other day by showing you what we're going to be doing. I think I showed you those woody woodpeckers that we're going to be doing in the pickle barrel. So as we get ready to close out, because I got about 5 more minutes. This is going about 30 minutes long. That's what most of my videos seem like I'm running, because I run my mouth too. But just want you all to know, again, to like, share, and subscribe. And let me show you what else is going to be in the pickle barrel when you get ready to see it here. I'm telling you, folks. Can I just show you? Let me show you. Oh my goodness. Back in the day, you all, I used to see these books and just pass them up, but I see them always advertised in the back of DC Comics. And these particular books were some of the ones that I've seen advertised. But we ain't gonna let you get too far. We'll look at it now, because there's some explaining. I said, Lord said you have splaining to do. Well, there's some splaining I got to do on these books and let you know. But again, I appreciate you tuning in to the New to Me Comic Book Day. Thank the Lord for you. Again, like, share, and subscribe. And tell your friends, tell your neighbors, ring that notification bell, so you know when the books are coming up and what's coming out next. This video I'm going to try to put out today, so be on the lookout, if it be the will of the Lord, for the pickle barrel. So hopefully it'll be out pretty soon. Got a big weekend again coming up. Like I said, this is busy time for us, as far as outreach and tent revivals and different things. So we trying to stay busy and try to get the word out on who Jesus is, because, hey, He's our only hope. And as I tell you, only Jesus Christ can fill that void in your life. And the second thing I tell you, it's nice on the porch. I'm KJ with you. I love you with the love of the Lord. God bless you, comic book community. God bless you.